All right. First, represent. All right. Now, when you're creating your program, first thing is your focus, your training goal, right? Past few months, mine has been athleticism. I've been a powerlifter before. I've been at that body comp and strength level. I don't find it enjoyable, right? All the memes that they make about powerlifters being fat and having no cardio are fairly true, right? Because I was fat and I had no cardio. Playing frisbee would have been a hassle, right? I don't enjoy that. I like moving around too much, dancing, kickboxing, wrestling, to be that immobile. So my main focus for creating this program is athleticism. Next, hypertrophy. Past 7-ish months, not months, weeks, I haven't been on a program. Prior to that, I was probably consistently on programs for about 2 to 3 years. Whole program, take a deload, whole program, take a deload. Eventually the consistency and the monotony of it caught up with me. So I decided to take a long period of training off from scheduled programming and just kind of freestyle things. Now, after not having that consistency, still training but not having that consistency, I went through somewhat of a fat loss phase, and now I want to build more size, right? If you lose fat, you're also most likely losing muscle at the same time. You can't just lose fat. That's not how it works, right? So, second, hypertrophy. Third, squat strength. Months back, injured my left adductor. And what happened is my right leg started to compensate. Now that my left adductor healed, my right leg is still compensating because structurally it had to adapt to keep me going the way I wanted to go, right? But what I found is that my legs, in general, my squat strength is significantly lower because I still have that imbalance going on. So I have to fix that. That's my third one. And then lastly, core stability. Similar to this one. My whole body had to kind of restructure the musculature and joints, whatever else, alignments to compensate for my injured adductor. So my core stability and my leg strength are one and the same. They're kind of the same issue. This cannot be compromised. Whatever your training focus is, your training goal cannot be compromised. This is the goal at the end of the rainbow, right? This is what you want. In no way, shape, or form should any of the modalities, protocols, or methods that you use in your training program should interfere with these. They should not, right? If I'm looking for size gains, I should not be doing 1 rep maxes every single day. I shouldn't be testing my strength limits every single day. That is counterintuitive. There's nothing to gain from that. Yes, here and there, it might be intelligent to do that. Keep that strength around so then you can push reps when you go for higher reps. But in general, if you're not doing it intelligently, you're treading water, right? So these things must be kept in mind. Next, fatigue management. Fatigue management, traditionally, is methods that are used to keep an athlete or whoever's training, a trainee, from overstepping their recovery threshold or boundaries, right? In my case, I enjoy using acclimation sets and intuitive loading. Acclimation sets means if I'm doing 3 sets of 5 for squat, let's say, I would do 2 reps with nothing on the bar and make 25-pound jumps all the way up until I get to my first working set weight, right? What this allows me to do is I'm getting jump volume in, which is just one warm-ups in general, right? I'm getting all that warm-up volume in, but also it's technique, right? I'm feeling out how I'm gonna feel that day, along with my technique. I'm ingraining it. So I'm doing 2 reps, add 25 pounds, 2 reps, add 25 pounds, over and over and over and over again until I get to my working sets, right? What this does is it gives me almost like a fail-safe. If I'm feeling strong that day, I will know in the acclimation sets. Mentally, I have numbers in my head, strength-wise, that I could hit, right? For me, a 500-pound deadlift is always around the corner. It could take a week or 2, but it's there, you know what I mean? That strength is there. Same thing with squat. Average squat strength for me is probably like 350 for back squat, 340 for front squat, 275-ish, 265-ish. Bench, very similar, 285. These are all 1 rep maxes, but these are numbers that I know that I could hit on a consistent basis, right? These help hone in my strength levels with the acclimation sets. Say I'm working up to whatever the weight is, and I get 6 of my 8 warm-up sets in, and I'm not feeling good. I could call an audible, right? Because I know what I'm dealing with working up. If my squat's 315 and I get to 250 and the weight starts feeling heavy, my technique feels poor, I know I'm not going to touch 315, right? But I didn't waste my time because I didn't just jump to 315 and do nothing. I was doing all those sets up, building to get to my working weight. So even if I'm not going to hit 315, I could stick at the 250, do my 3x5 because I'm still warmed up, and then call an audible after that. I could step out, right? These are kind of the same things that people use reps in reserve, like 4 reps in reserve, 3, 2, 1 reps in reserve, 0 reps in reserve. That's more of a hypertrophy modality, but still. Reps in reserve, RPE for powerlifting, where you do a 1 rep, 3 rep, or 5 rep max, and then your volume work after that is based off of that rep max, right? It's very similar. It gives you some sort of point to shoot for, and if you don't hit the intended numbers for that day, or it doesn't add up to what you think it should be, you could back off, still get work in, and not go past your recovery threshold, right? I don't like those because I like going through the flow of things. With RPE and reps in reserve is a little different, but RPE specifically, I don't like stepping out of the flow of my reps and sets, right? I don't like doing a 5 rep max and then doing doubles after that, or doing a 1 rep max and then doing 5s after that. I don't like doing that. I've done it before. It does make you very strong, but mentally I don't stay in the loop of keeping my intensity through the sets, right? For this, acclimation sets and intuitive loading, they're one and the same, but it comes down to being in tune with your body, right? I'm fairly in tune with my body. I have no ego when I'm lifting. I've been lifting in my garage for however long. It's a controlled environment. There's no hot girls down there looking at me. There's no beefed up roid heads over here looking at me. I don't care who's looking at me, right? There's nobody there. I'm responsible for what I'm doing. If I'm gonna try to ego lift in my own house, in my garage, I will die. There's no one to spot me. I will literally die, right? That room, that margin for error was never there for me. If you're in a commercial gym, you got buddies around you got whoever's watching, they can help you if you get in danger. At home, it's different. Never had that. So I've developed a tune with my body. I've developed that sense of knowing when I can push, knowing when I can't push. I don't recommend this acclimation sets or intuitive loading for people who don't have that fail safe in their head of, I shouldn't be doing this, right? So far, focus, fatigue management. That's our goal. Like I said, the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. This is how we're gonna get there for the most part. This is gonna keep us on track. It's gonna keep us smooth sailing all the way through. And lastly, trade-offs. Right here. These are the big 3. These are the things that matter the most. It's exactly what it sounds like. I can't have my cake and eat it too. If I'm a power lifter and I'm trying to increase my strength levels, I should not be doing bodybuilding work. Vice versa. If I'm a bodybuilder, yes, I could lift the occasional heavy weight, right? But I shouldn't be pushing my strength limits day in and day out. That's counterintuitive. How am I supposed to recover from my bodybuilding training if I'm lifting heavy weights all the time, right? So what I'm going to be trading off for all these things down here, athleticism, hypertrophy, leg strength, core stability, is my peak strength levels. For me, athleticism is a metric for your movement, how well you can move, the sort of ability you have when you move, how graceful you are in your movement, right? If I'm built, or I have been doing powerlifting training for however long, the stiffness, the strength, the raw strength levels that come from powerlifting are counterintuitive in a greater sense to athleticism. So I cannot have my cake and eat it too. Like I said, I can have little fractions of each that help me bolster up what I want. So yes, I can still do strength training, but my peak strength levels are not going to be what I'm gunning for. So that's one of the trade-offs. The other thing is consistent size gains. With hypertrophy here, my main thing is athleticism, which is basically, regarding to strength, it's keeping my strength levels around where I'm not weak in comparison to my speed and agility. Doing this hypertrophy work, it's not like I'm doing bodybuilding where I'm specifically focusing on growing my muscles. It's more supplementary. I'm getting little microscopic or medication doses of hypertrophy in my training throughout the week, and as it adds up over time, I'll be building size. My main goal isn't building size, right? So that's a trade-off. Now, once you have your focus, you have how you're going to manage your fatigue, and you have a visible outline of what you're going to be trading off to get what you want. Now you can start structuring your program, like up here. So what I like to do is I like to go weekly frequencies. The movements that I'm going to be hitting on a weekly basis to get what I want. So first, like I said, I want to increase my leg strength and core stability. Squat. I'm going to be squatting 3 times a week. Monday, Thursday, Saturday. Monday is going to be some sort of reps, 4, 5, 6 sets, not sets, 4, 5, 6 reps in a set for squat. Thursday is going to be speed work, dynamic effort squats, speed squats. That's going to be honing in technique while building explosiveness. And then Saturday, that's going to be most likely some sort of heavy squat. 1 reps, 2 reps, 3 reps, keeping my strength levels around, getting me comfortable or keeping me familiar with heavy weights, right? Next, bench, right? Be benching on Tuesdays, benching twice a week. So benching on Tuesdays, benching on Fridays, right? This Friday is going to be an incline chest/shoulder day. That's how I like to do it. My Tuesday is going to be somewhat of a push-pull. What does that say? Deadlift twice a week. So on Mondays, RDLs. That's always been a staple in my squat days. Squat, then I go straight into the RDLs. My other deadlift day is going to be Thursday, which is my deadlift focus day. It's heavy again. That's true deadlift, so that's heavier. 2 reps, 1 rep, 3 reps, 4 reps, 5 reps, 6 reps, whatever it is. RDLs on this day are going to be more for volume, so it's probably going to be 6, 7, 8, maybe 5. Then you got row, barbell row. Tuesdays before I bench, because I enjoy having that back pump before I bench. It keeps me stable, and I feel a lot more comfortable when I bench. And then barbell row on Saturday after I squat. Again, these are the sort of things I'm trading off. I have to space out my upper body work around my squatting, because that's, again, my main focus. I want to increase my leg strength and my athleticism. My athleticism really doesn't matter based on my upper body movements or my upper body training. It matters more on the flexibility and the way I move through my lower body movements, right? My hang clean, my RDLs, my deadlifts, my squats, my front squats, my split squats. Those things matter significantly more when trying to contribute to athleticism than upper body movements. I'm not saying cast upper body movements out the window, but I'm saying they have their place in their time, and it's not what I'm trying to get faster as a larger individual, right? So row twice a week, overhead press twice a week. Clean and press, that's going to be counted as overhead press because it is overhead press, just modified a little bit. And then true overhead press on my incline chest and shoulder day on Friday. Then vertical pull. I don't have the lat pull down machine, so twice a week I'm going to be doing pull-ups. Right here, weighted pull-ups after I squat. And then most likely, probably on Sunday, which would be my active recovery day, I'll go to the park and do calisthenics, and I'll do more pull-ups, however many pull-ups, whatever it is. But again, vertical pull twice a week. Triceps, I'm hitting 2.5 times. Close grip bench, obviously, to me that's direct tricep work. My triceps are going to be involved in normal bench, my floor press, and then it's also going to be involved in the push-ups that I plan on doing on Saturday, and the incline bench and dips I'm going to be doing on Friday. And then biceps, my arms are fucking huge, so I only got to hit biceps once, right? I don't even know where it is on there. Thursdays, whatever. Now, After that's all laid out, what you can see is, for the most part, all these days are structured around my squatting, not the other way around. I'm squatting 3 times a week, Monday, Thursday, Saturday, and every other day is structured around that. These are the most important days because these are going to give me exactly what I want. So I've spaced them out accordingly. Monday, I'm squatting, then I got Tuesday, upper body. That lets my entire lower body recover. Then a Wednesday, that's a true rest day for me. Again, more recovery. Now when I come back, I'm fresh. I'm going deadlifts and speed squats. Again, I'm squatting again. Friday, upper body, has nothing to do with my lower body. I'm recovering. Then Saturday comes, I'm squatting again. After Saturday, I'm resting on Sunday, most likely doing upper body. I'm gonna go to the park, like I said, calisthenics, play frisbee, whatever it is, but I'm recovering. With this being my focus, my squatting, my upper body days aren't harder, right? But they're more focused. I'm trying to get the best bang for my buck. I'm hitting almost all my upper body movements in these 2 days. A little bit on outside of that, right? I got barbell row here and push-ups, but still, I'm hitting the bulk of my upper body in between my squat sessions, because those matter minimally for what I want. All right, so recap, this is it. Again, this is how I structure my programs every single time. This is a rough skeleton. I do this every single time I'm about to write a new program. I write it out just like this, and then once I'm done, I hop on the computer, I put all that shit in the Google Docs. I set it up the way I want, and then I run it. So one more time, your training focus, what you actually want from your training. Most important, this should not be compromised in any sense of the way. Next, fatigue management. This is how you're staying on track. This is what's gonna keep you smooth sailing. Keep your ego out of that shit. Have some sort of limiting factors for every day you're training. I like accumulation or acclimation sets, like I said. Keeps me safe. I know what I'm doing. I'm getting good technique work in. I'm not gonna ever get hurt if I keep my ego out of it. Trade-offs. Whatever my training focus is, if I have a very specific focus for the most part, there's gonna be some sort of trade-off. I'm gonna have to give something up to gain something. Can't have your cake and eat it too, right? After these things are set up, structure your program first around what you want. My leg strength is ideal for me. That's what I want the most in athleticism. So I filled in the days that I think are going to be best for acquiring those adaptations, and then I fill in the rest afterwards. That's it.